Afternoon, lovelies. Welcome to another exciting episode of Angel LESHA'S Fit for Life. Alright, so here I am with another update. Since I've done the thyroid rehabilitation, right? So on that note, I think things are going absolutely swell. I did 21 days of plant-based on the healing protocol. I walked, I incorporated other exercises, and I'm up to fit-wise a decent level. I'm pretty happy with where I am fit-wise. I will say the past 4 days I have just been completely off, and not with my regimen. I haven't been eating whole plant-based. I've been doing this vegan thing because after I came off the 21-day thing, I wanted to explore some of the vegan lifestyle. Some of the foods that are included in the mock foods that are included in the vegan lifestyle. And I have shouts out to a couple of places here in Jacksonville that cater to that, a couple of restaurants. Shouts out to Murray Hill Hillbilly. Shouts out to Southern Roots. Big shouts out to them. They even have a market side where you can buy teas, tinctures, roots, all types of stuff. They have a vegan hemp ranch dressing that is really good. They have cheeses. They have quite a selection of things. Go online, southernrootsjacks.com. Look, see if you like what they have. Crave Vegan Food Truck. Y'all, my heart stopped and started again. This food was all the way live. They have a vegan macaroni and cheese. I'm not a macaroni and cheese fan with the regular macaroni and cheese. This vegan macaroni and cheese changed my life. Changed my life. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all remember that R. Kelly song, You Saved Me. that vegan mac and cheese saved my life. They have vegan ribs, vegan crabless crab cakes. They have the most delicious cupcakes. Recommendations on the butter pecan, the vanilla butter pecan cupcake. Just to live for, y'all. Just to live for. Alright, and I said all of that, all of those places I have thoroughly enjoyed over the course of 4 days. I was also in Orlando one of those days, and I stopped at a place called the Polite Pig. Shouts out to the Polite Pig, and I got some buffalo cauliflower, some like buffalo dusted fries, and some vegetarian or vegan baked beans. It was all really pretty good, and that's what started it. So there was also a bakery called Aaron McKenna's in Orlando. They had some decent pastries, the cupcakes, everything, the cookies, everything. The donuts, not my favorite, In any event, let's get past all of that and go to where I am on this thing. And where I am is, it's coming to the place of understanding why a lot of things were like they were in my protocol with Shalom Health Services. I thought they were just being anal on some things and too health conscious on some things, but no. What I've learned and discovered from just those 4 or 5 days, because I started Wednesday, y'all. I think I left a day out. Just those 4 or 5 days of being vegan versus whole plant-based, I can tell a difference in my energy levels, because when I was whole plant-based, strictly just whole plant-based, I had a lot more energy. I didn't feel this heaviness that I feel that comes with, overindulgence with certain foods, and with the vegan artistry of it, I love. But at the same time, too much of anything can be a bad thing, and that's where I am. It's like I just went way too far deep on the whole vegan thing. I went from weighing 171 pounds one Wednesday to today weighing 178 pounds. out, you know, like it was really doing its thing. So, you know, my final decision is I understand why Dr. Shalom does the whole foods heal all grocery list, because the foods on that list really do work for your health, for weight management, for life management, and because your health, your weight, all of that plays out into your life. If those things aren't managed properly, life is going to be a little bit off as well, if not a good bit off. You know, especially in the times that we're living in, when there's so much stress abound with the whole COVID-19, Corona, whatever. If you don't have a healthy mindset and you're inward, like inside the house during this time, you're still on the sick and shut in with this COVID-19, then you're going to be eating more than people who are still, working, doing whatever. And the thing of it is, y'all, it becomes an addiction. The food, it becomes an addiction. So you have to really figure out, what you're really eating for in a lot of cases. Sometimes we eat for boredom. Sometimes we eat for sustenance. Sometimes we eat just because we want to taste the flavor. I'm guilty of having done all three of those things. But what the whole plant-based taught me in the 21-day parasite protocol that I went through with Dr. Shalom, it taught me discipline. It taught me that I'm not going to always be eating my favorite foods, but I'm going to be eating good foods that make my body feel great. You know what I mean? That make my mind feel, even the clarity of the mind, y'all. I don't know what's in those extra chemicals that get, in some of the processed vegan stuff that make you feel a ways, but there are some chemicals in the vegan food, to me, that are just as unhealthy for you as meat and other processed food, just because it has the name vegan label slapped on it and it's animal free doesn't mean it's actually healthy for you. And I think a lot of people like myself get that misconstrued. I know I did. I got it misconstrued heavily, and on this journey I was able to see and understand it. I was able to see why you go on whole plant-based for 3 weeks, because it takes about that amount of time for your body to truly adjust to it. And see, I jumped off and went vegan right when my body had truly adjusted to it, and I was in the prime of it, the highlights of feeling good and looking good and my skin popping, you know what I mean? And not to say that my skin has messed up on the vegan thing, but I had a glow and a shine that was just popping on the whole plant-based situation. So in my mindset, I've got to get back to that. There's so many different things that the whole plant-based situation really does for one, even down to ladies, your female health organs. Ooh, big winner on the plant-based whole foods, right? I'm not even going to get into detail on that. If y'all want to hear a video about that, then request it and I'll do one. But right now we're not going to get into that. Let's just say that from head to toe, I noticed a difference. Even my hair, like I got braids in now, but before I got my hair braided, I could tell like a difference in the quality of my hair, and that was unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? Like, my hair was getting healthier and more luxurious, and I guess maybe that was a part of the whole thyroid healing process, because ladies, if you're having issues with your hair thinning and all of that, and not being healthy, it being extremely dry, get your thyroid checked. That was a side effect that I was suffering from, and like I said, as I went through this journey, I'm taking these supplements, I'm doing the protocol, I could see all these things rectifying themselves. And so, for me, I would definitely say, if I had to do it all over again, hell yeah, I would jump into it. Were there some tough moments? Yes, there still are. When I tell y'all I woke up wanting some more Crave vegan today, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with Crave vegan. I love Crave vegan. I would rep them in a bathing suit in the summertime with a hand sign doing a dance, y'all. They are the business. So, what I've decided is that I'm going to be basically whole plant based, and I'll have maybe 2 or 3 vegan days a month. Maybe once a week I'll do some, you know, if I want some vegan, some fast food or what have you, I'll do the vegan thing, but only once a week. I'm going to continue to stay away from bread, which I feel is just, I got some, like, y'all, some millet bread, some seed bread, like some of the healthiest bread you can get, and I still feel like it caused a little upset to my stomach, some bloating, and weight gain. Even the vegan sugars, I still haven't had any processed, like, mainline things. Like, I haven't done a Snickers or a Reese cup or anything like that. I've done strictly vegan when it comes to desserts. But even that little bit of sugar, even that little bit of stuff that I have done that was off the whole food base caused me to gain weight in the tune of 6 pounds, y'all. And I know some people say, oh, that's not a lot. It is when you just, you know what I'm saying, looking at 178 and 172, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was on my way to the 60s, 160s, and now I gotta go back and get back on track. So, did I enjoy these past 5 days? I did. I enjoyed exploring the vegan lifestyle. Do I regret it? No, because it taught me some valuable lessons. I now know that I want to be whole foods plant-based, not just vegan. I now know that, you know, even though I want a majority be whole food plant-based, I'm going to have some vegan days. There are going to be some days that I want the vegan fish and chips from Crave Vegan. There are going to be days that I want that bacon biscuit from Southern Roots, you know what I mean? But there are not going to be a lot of days that I give into that. The discipline that I've learned from being whole plant-based and the results that I see and how my body feels, I can't give it up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like a health thing at this point. It's a personal choice. You know what I mean? I'm willingly submitting to this. Like I said in the beginning, I didn't understand a lot of things that were on the protocol and why it seemed so strict. But you got to be strict with your health. If you don't, you end up on the main line getting medications for the health issues that come from eating not the best of food. You know, we look at all the diseases that you can catch in this life, but we don't think about food as one of those enemies. We don't think about food as being one of those things that's hurting us. You know, when in the same token, in the same turn, food can also be healing. You know, I've come away from this journey with some favorites. Beans are a staple. I always love beans, but beans are definitely like I have beans almost every single day right now in my life. I didn't when I was on the vegan thing, but now that I'm back to my Whole Foods situation, you know, I have beans almost every single day of my life, and I enjoy it, and I haven't got tired of it. I just switch it up. You know what I mean? I have options. But what I'm going to do, what I'm going to commit to for myself, and it's crazy when, you know, I got the consultation overview email from Dr. Shalom. It says it gives you like a little pledge, and it says that you will not, I think, I'd have to read it and make sure, but will not commit allopathic debauchery. You know what I mean? You won't sabotage yourself. And I didn't understand that then, but you can sabotage yourself because, like I said, food is an addiction. And just those 5 days of doing the vegan thing, y'all, I was like a little crackhead going from vegan joint to the vegan, from next vegan, where am I gonna get my next fix from, y'all? You know what I'm saying? I was like Pookie from New Jack City, y'all. I'm like, you know, hey, let me get that. And it's like, it was a high. You know what I mean? All that, the whole vegan food thing, it was a high because it was amazing to me how they could make the mock looks, so, you know, be so good, and it's not even real meat. You know what I mean? So I was caught up in that whole flow of things. Now I'm not. I'm back down to earth. I'm back down to what's real. And while vegan is not a bad lifestyle, I won't tell anyone it is. I won't. You got too many options now to not commit to a better lifestyle. But as far as the process, all the things that Dr. Ross warned me about, the soy base, you know, I'm looking at my ingredients on the vegan list, and there's just it's like a lot of soy protein. Even the tofu, you know what I mean? Like, it's a wonderful meat substitute, but I don't really need one because I'm whole food plant based. So, I get to avoid the extra processed things, the extra sugars, the extra spike in my sugars. You know, I can tell now, like, when I've eaten the wrong thing or too much of something, or I've had too much sugar intake, because, you know, I feel differently. It's like a little high, to be honest with you. So, you know, I just wanted to update you all and let you know that I'm just strictly doing the plant-based thing with the occasional vegan. Do I miss meat? I miss seafood. When I see people with chicken that I used to love, I miss that a little bit. It's like the memories. I don't miss the meat per se, but I miss being able to indulge in some of the memories that I have from meat. It's more of a psychological thing than a taste or craving. It's not like, oh my God, I'm dying for a piece of chicken. I'm not experiencing it. I did it first. The first week, the girl went through some changes. But after that first week, you know what I'm saying, 7-day vegan challenge or plant-based, shouts out to Real Smart. You know, I was good. I realized I was breaking some psychological chains when it came to food and eating, and realizing that food is for nourishment and not for gluttony or boredom or peace or worry or stress or any of those things that a lot of us eat for. And so, being that I'm in this better place, I can eat to heal my body versus eating for psychological addictions to food. And I think a lot of us have some. We should just take the time and evaluate that. Write down. I've been keeping a journal, and I try to write down every day what I'm eating, and go back and I look at it and I review it, and I write down how I'm feeling so I can see what triggered what. And this is the only way you can get to the bottom of it, y'all, if you really want to get to the bottom of it, if you want to develop to a better life. But if you don't worry about it. So, you know, all these things have really brought me to a good place in my path, and I look forward to going up from here. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Have a lovely day, and thank you for visiting Angel LESHA'S Fit for Life. Peace.